Before Alfred the Great, before the unification of England, there was a king whose legacy shaped them all. A man of faith, wealth, and quiet power, yet often forgotten in the shadows of more warlike rulers. This is the story of King Aethelwulf, 34th great-grandfather of King Charles III and father of England's greatest royal dynasty. Aethelwulf was born in 795, not in England, but in the imperial heart of Charlemagne's empire, Aachen. His father, Egbert, had spent years there as an exile, watching, learning, preparing to reclaim his crown. When Egbert returned to become King of Wessex, he brought with him Frankish ideas of kingship, and young Aethelwulf was raised in this world of military discipline and Christian piety. He was crowned at Kingston upon Thames, beginning a reign that would stretch nearly 2 decades. Aethelwulf's reign unfolded during the first great wave of Viking invasions. 841, raids strike Kent and East Anglia. 842, London and Rochester suffer heavy losses. 845, a Saxon force drives back the raiders at the River Perret, a rare victory in dark times. But while other kings defined themselves by battle, Aethelwulf's story was different. Despite constant threats from the north, Aethelwulf was remembered not as a warlord, but as a man of profound religion and charity. He controlled immense wealth, and he used it to strengthen monasteries, support priests, and send gifts across Christendom. His generosity was legendary, especially to the church in Rome. In 855, Aethelwulf did something no English king had ever done. He left his kingdom. He took his young son Alfred, the future Alfred the Great, and embarked on a pilgrimage to Rome. The journey was vast, dangerous, and symbolic. In Rome, Aethelwulf lavished gifts on the church and received honor from the Pope himself. It was a spiritual triumph, but it came at a political cost. When Aethelwulf returned to England in 858, he discovered a rebellion already in motion. His eldest son, Aethelwulf, had seized control of Wessex. To avoid a civil war, the aging king agreed to divide the kingdom, an act of humility almost unheard of among medieval monarchs. But this would be his final act. January 13th, 858. Aethelwulf died at Steyning, Sussex, after nearly 2 decades of rule. He was buried at Winchester, the heart of his dynasty. His son Æthelwulf succeeded him, followed by Ethelbert, Evald, and finally, his youngest son, Alfred, who would become one of the greatest kings in European history. Aethelwulf is often overshadowed, but his impact is undeniable. He stabilized Wessex during the earliest Viking invasions. He strengthened the church that preserved English learning. He formed alliances with the Franks, even marrying Judith, daughter of Charles the Bald. And above all, he fathered a dynasty that would lead, step by step, to a united England. A pious king, a generous ruler, and the quiet architect of the West Saxon rise.